Hey everyone, I'm Sheila and it is really cold. So I'm going to show you how to stay warm while you're biking in the fall or winter or spring or whenever it's cold. So in this bag is almost all my cycling gear for the winter, and I'm just going to go ahead and because I have it all sort of jammed in there, I'm going to bring a lot of it out. Show you how I do it. Now, normally it's not that cold. That being said, when your hands get cold because of the wind or your head, it can be really, really hard to keep biking. So here is some of the stuff I use. Balaclava or ski mask, really good, because it goes over your face. It's thin enough that it stays under your helmet and it covers your whole face. Now for your eyes, in the middle of winter, I use ski goggles because they make it so in like -40 weather, I can sort of like cover up everything, all my skin, so I don't get frostbite. And then for more mild weather, for gloves, I have this pair of, I think they're called smoker's mitts, and they're just mittens that have fingers, but when it gets cold enough, you can cover up the fingers and turn them into mittens. And I use these 90% of the time in the fall, and then in the winter, when it gets really cold, like -10, 20, or this Celsius, I mean, I've ridden in -40, and these are good, I'd say, till -40, which it rarely ever gets that cold here in southern Canada, but these keep really warm. They're like mittens, but they have the fingers and everything. And then I typically tend to overheat in the winter, so I wear layers, so when I overheat I can take one layer off. Because let's say I was wearing this big wool coat. Now I start biking and I'm feeling a bit cold, but then I start warming up. But then I start getting too hot. But if I take the coat off, I'll get too cold because I don't have any other layers under it. So what you really want to do is have layers. Like I'm right now wearing a sweater because I get really hot. But here is my vest in case it gets cold enough that I don't need a wool coat, but I need something more than a sweater. And so when you combine this all, you get this. You look absolutely ridiculous, but you stay warm, and that's what's important. Don't know if you can hear me, so yeah. So this is how I bike in the fall / midwinter or early winter. In midwinter and like the dead of winter, what I do is sometimes I just put on like one relatively good wool coat, and none of this gear needs to be fancy. I wear a normal pair of pants. If it starts getting really cold, I'm going to get a pair of thermal jeans. Now, as for your bike, you might be wondering, don't you slip on the ice? Well, not really, because first of all, the snowplow typically gets all of the ice, and even if it doesn't, I have what's called studded tires on my bike. They don't have like nails or anything, it's just rubber studs that give you extra grip for the dead of winter. Anyways, I'm going to get out of this because it's not the weather for this, and it's really, really cold. And I'm back. So, I am back in a sweater because right now it's beautiful fall, all magical colors, and it's sweater weather. And there you have it. That's how I bike in the winter. I'm going to make a different video about this bike over here. It's going to show you all the things I use, my favorite way to carry cargo, but that's for a future video. Thanks for watching. I'm Shua. I'll see you later.